success in hitting that power spike under that 10-minute mark and being able to turn the tides. This is interesting though. They'll actually go and pick up the Leomord. Now, Leomord,
this should be all Aurora, no?
Yeah, there's no way without the Phantom Steed that they go for this. Zixora really should just back away.
they're still planning around here, but yeah, they're just going to be zoned out now. That's objective going to Demon Kite. Just very awkward usage of timing and on the ultimates.
Actually, I think what they're thinking of is that we should not fight. So instead of going for a turtle, we go for something else.
Wait a second. That's all right. Bankai walking up. Raven's Fighter coming down. Demon Kite going to be taken very low, but he's still able to pop in. The Razor's right in time. Zixora with the Phantom Steed takes it away. Killing spree, saving him. Goes back into the healing, but Yu is right there to get it with light. And no way! Kenny in the mid lane gets caught by the Vengeance.
There you go. So that is a secure there for Aurora Gaming Philippines. They knew that the avenues that they can go for is just having a better time. Wow, okay. A whole, again, I still have to say it's a whole lot here. Oh,
Raging Sandstorm lands as well. Kenny locked down completely by Demon Kite. Phantom Steed now over on light, but he gets shoved back while he was really trying to go for the heals. Demon Kite tried to provide a bit more appeal there. Zixora turning things around, jumping on. Now the AOG as well. Able to get the squash down for another kill to Team Zone.
oh here comes Edward.
Yeah, Edward is there, gets onto Zixora.
Good stun on Bright. He's still able to sustain for a bit longer. Final Slash coming down as well now. And that's a Lantern Flare. Can he go for the pickup on Edward? A Vengeance coming down now as Zixora does a little bit more damage. Good stun. Edward gets out with the last Vengeance.
I gotta say, Zixora actually is looking pretty good on his Neomorph, considering that during the wildcard, it's been over a year he hasn't been using it. Looks like he's been spamming it for a while.
Oh, okay, they're gonna get locked down.
Final Slash, Phantom Steed coming down, doesn't really matter. Edward again on a playmaker, on a carry. It's there, Raging Sandstorm from Lights! And it's a triple for Edward. He finally gets caught by Bright, but it's worth it. A shutdown going to the pockets of Aurora.
My God, Edward. That's why we were talking about him after yesterday's performance, and then even now here in this game against Team Zone. 6-1 and 2 on the R-Lock. What do you do here, you know, with in that matchup? Oh no, top lane.
Trying to clear K, AOG, but it's too late, and Demon Kite just shreds him down with a Blazing Duet as the two tanky boys tank up the turrets. Zixora almost missed out on the Ducati. Now walks up, did he find the angle? Flicker in from Kenny! Oh man!
That's the desperation. Like, you know that they have to get something, and I really feel like Zixora is the one telling the team, we need to get something. You guys can give me some kills. Looking at items, he does have that Hunter Strike, so it makes it much easier to get the opponents low. But again, the finishing power is there, but you're not stopping anyone. And I feel like that's what Zixora is looking for.
So that all is enough to pretty much make him a threat, but also durable enough. Whoa, Demon Kite.
This might be a solo kill. Bankai taking very low. Demon Kite going on, and they get the shield in time! And Kenny provides the backup necessary.
Yeah, but that's kind of scary when the quad at 7 minutes wants to 1v1 the Lapu and almost winning. Yeah. Bro, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, he just got his golden staff too, so right on target for that Trinity when he gets it. Oh no, this is trouble.
Yes, Flicker, a good flicker out of the Raging Sandstorm now, but it gets stunned up there by Edward. It's still K surviving against two. Almost doing enough to take Edward down. Demon Kite gets lifted up by Crimson Beacon and now gets all in. Zixora takes him out. Good pickup by Kenny.
They're rotating up here though. They're gonna join the fight. They're gonna force him off the turtle.
A stun with Final Slash lands, brings him into the RWM now as Kenny gets chain CC down. Zixora doing a little bit more damage, but won't be able to find that skill 1 down on him as Bright AOG's out of there.
You know what? Honestly, looking at how the game has been playing out, there is a chance for Team Zone here because Zixora as well as K, they are farming up. If you look at a KDA, it doesn't look like a good game, but they understand that as long as they get some kind of farm, eventually things will be fine. I feel like they're in a relatively good space because it does seem that Zixora can deal quite a lot of burst damage on both Demon Kite as well as Yue. And if they have not been fighting against a lot of Leomorns, they might not be able to be prepared for that.
Look at this zone though.
He's still farming up top. Bankai finally goes in. That's going to be Final Slash locking Zixora down, but he finds the Phantom Steed now as the Crimson Beacon goes in. That's a stun over from Bankai. Now goes in with the Raven Spider again on towards the rest. Right, with a good taunt coming down. And Praises Wrath! Oh my damage! The AOG out of there. Demon Kite getting away, trying to look for the taunt. Yue constantly with the Void Blast. Bright ticking down, but he survives somehow as K gets it trade to the mid lane, and now it's Light with the heals back up.
Yeah, even getting a Trinity.
Yeah. From even Edward sticking on to him that, you know, and they tried to juggle around that Lord fight, but it was just unfortunate that Team Zone couldn't get the positioning they were looking for, and so they just go and get a turret. This is going to be the tier 2 that falls now on that bottom side as the Lord makes its way down that mid lane.
Yeah, I feel like Bankai needs to get the Chastise Pauldron as well to deal with Dominkite, and Zexora is, I feel like, just a few gold away from that endless battle and start becoming a real threat against Aurora.
Eyes on Edward. He definitely is looking for a set. Kay's not going to give him the opportunity. Bright still holding the mid lane as the Holy Shield in the bottom lane should be procced in. They get rid of the mid lane Lord, actually, and they keep the base turret Holy Shield alive.
Yeah, they'll keep it together. Again, even with this lead, it's with Team Zone's lineup, it's not too much to deal with. Whoa, the jumping from Bankai.
An attempt, even with the Phantom Steed. They're using it a lot. Edward, again, looking for the set. You always got to put your eyes on Edward when he has Flicker up.
Yeah, I feel like, in a way, that's kind of good because they did push UA off, making it so that Aurora Gaming cannot apply pressure onto the mid lane, and Team Zone were not punished for that one. So I feel like, considering that fighters generally do have lower cooldowns anyways, I feel like that was worth it, right? At least you protect your base.
Yep.
That's really what matters.
You protect it long enough and as many times as you can until he gets to where he needs to be on this carry. He's starting to get there. I mean, the damage, Bankai again.
Oh.
And the Steed.
Bankai gonna go back in with Bravest Fighter now. RWM locking them down, and look at that! That's gonna be him getting out. Zexora caught in the bad spot. Still, whoa! What a knock up there from Kenny! K with a flicker. K!
Oh my god!
Now an AOG! And K gets a double before he ultimately goes down.
You know what? That was cool. K made the hero play, and Bright comes in, giving him enough time to actually get Dominkite. And even though K died there, but the main pushers, UA and Dominkite, is not there, making it so that Aurora, they're in a standstill.
Oh, and Edward has to flicker defensively.
I'd say all that was worth, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Team Zone needed to make something happen.
K is doing his very best to bring back the honor, the glory, the reputation that the carry deserves.
Hey, he might be beating the odds here right now in that matchup. The Claude and the carry. Again, earlier today it was 5-1 favoring the Claude. They're going to go here for that fight around the Lord.
Final slash from Edward. Now Zexora zone in the back line, gets caught with the real world inflation, and now it's going to be the shred coming down as K is still in the midst of it all, dealing a lot of damage. And now the blazing duet from Dominic comes in, but he gets stunned up and he's forced to use the Purify. Zexora runs away, gets the dash, but it's unable to save him now. It's a 2 for 2. That's Crimson Beacon backwards. Bright with the AOG gets out of there.
Honestly, that would have been better if K stayed alive, because it does seem like they're doing a double prong attack where Zexora attacks the damage dealers, allowing K to deal with the front line. It was unfortunate that Zexora really had a very bad time, unable to do enough damage to either UA or Dominkite.
They got to make sure they're not all clumped up. Malefic Gun now picked up for Dominkite as well. So Immortality's in play here for a couple of the members of Aurora Gaming as they walk in with this Lord down this mid lane.
Lord charging in, able to get the base turret down in the mid lane now. Looking for the bottom lane. K set down below. Chastise Pauldron picked up by Bankai. Should help him against Dominkite and the Win of Nature as well for K.
Yeah, so right now for Team Zone, around 15 minutes here, I believe K already has 4 items. So it's really just about the execution, because Zexora is a threat, but he's not getting the positioning that he really wants.
Dominkite's damage, even with that. Chastise Pauldron takes him a half. They're going to go for the turret.
Yep. Really nice real world manipulation there. Zones them away from the base turret. Now they have to save this top lane, because that's the only one they have left.
A potential pick-off to get the numbers advantage against Aurora Gaming Philippines. It's going to come down to the execution, and like you were mentioning, you know, what's the possibility, what's the potential for Team Zone to turn things around? Well, it could be off of plays like that, if they can actually make it work, but also, more than ever, here comes a Conceal.
Oh, two-man taunt, good disengage. Zexora now looking for the Phantom Steed, gets caught. Oh my goodness, Zexora is going to be gunned down completely by Dominkite. Re-engage, impossible, because the real world manipulation stops them in their tracks. They got the jungler down right as the Lord spawns.
I'm gonna apologize for saying the truth, but Edward is too annoying, man.
Yep.
Like, Zexora had actually a pretty good angle to go in, and then Edward's like, nope. Like, that's my friend. What do you want to do with my friend? Nothing. That's what you're gonna do.
That's why I said,
doesn't allow him to do that. Edward makes it look like a mistake all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Lords made its way up to the base now. We'll see if Team Zone can hold on. That last base turret's going to go down here, up on that top side. How do they defend?
Oh, no.
My goodness! Xora gets out just barely. Bunkai now with the Raven Spider. Oh! Final slash to the Raging Sandstorm lands on K! He's still able to flicker out now. There's a lot of damage over. The Precious Rat doesn't land. K is still able to go and tread through the front line. Light's gonna lose the immortalities. Bunkai is able to go back. UA with the flicker in. Getting the Void Blast in. The minions, can they clear it up? That's a big one with the Lord. And the answer will be they cannot. Aurora Gaming Philippines move on to 2-1.
And unfortunately right now for Team Zone, moving on to 1 and 2, and we already have 3 teams there. Doesn't allow him to do that. Edward makes it look like a mistake all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Lords made its way up to the base now. We'll see if Team Zone can hold on. That last base turret's going to go down here, up on that top side. How do they defend?
Oh, no.
My goodness! Xora gets out just barely. Bunkai now with the Raven Spider. Oh! Final slash to the Raging Sandstorm lands on K! He's still able to flicker out now. There's a lot of damage over. The Precious Rat doesn't land. K is still able to go and tread through the front line. Light's gonna lose the immortalities. Bunkai is able to go back. UA with the flicker in. Getting the Void Blast in. The minions, can they clear it up? That's a big one with the Lord. And the answer will be they cannot. Aurora Gaming Philippines move on to 2-1.